Hello you guys, oh my goodness, welcome to my September reset video. My room finally looks like it's something, and I have been just avoiding doing it for the longest time, but I'm glad I really locked in today and got majority of the things done. I still have boxes and stuff scattered around the room, but I'm glad that I can actually do a video in the comfort of my own room. Hello, that's been the plan all along, and I'm glad I'm here. My setup honestly looks really cute right now. I'm still not finished with the whole thing, so I'm gonna hold off doing a little tour until I'm finished, and once I'm done I will show you guys everything. But right now I'm going to do my skincare. I've had a really long day. Like I said, I've locked in just getting this room done, and I've honestly been at it since this morning, since I got back from the gym. So I am super tired, but I was like, I have to get a video done because why not? So yeah, I've been doing a sort of a September reset where I have been off socials, and I've just been kind of just being to myself, which I am anyway. I stay to myself and keep to myself anyway, but the goal of this September reset is to really not be on socials and to just really staying off my phone and using my phone less and just being present. And the reason why I got to this point was because I was waking up, first thing I'm doing is scrolling on Insta, before I've even said hello to the world, before I've even processed that I've just woken up. I wake up, my phone's in my hand, scrolling. If I'm not on Insta, I'm on TikTok, and it would get to the point where I was just constantly on it, and I was constantly just scrolling. And granted, it would be because I'm on holiday or I'm editing my videos and stuff like that, but still I was on it a lot. And after my holiday to Madrid ended, I was like, I'm going to do this September reset, and I'm gonna delete my socials, and I'm really going to just use September to get back closer with God and to get back in my word and to really lock in. And just, I keep saying lock in, and I was talking to my brother today and he's like, oh, I hate when people say that, but I need to lock in. I'm really just prepare for the rest of this year and really just wrap the year up, because I feel as soon as September hits and it starts getting colder, it is the end of the year. So that's currently what I've been up to, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys, it's been really funny to see how things have been turning out. Honestly, it's been wild. I'm not even gonna lie to you. As soon as 1st of September hit, I fell ill. Literally, 1st of September. Actually, wait, let me take you back. So I come back from Madrid maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was after I had finished posting all my stuff on Insta. On my Madrid trip, I was like, okay, cool, I'm logging off just before September 1st so that I can get used to it. So I was like, okay, cool, logging out of Insta, logging out of TikTok, deleting it from my screen, just making sure that it's not there. So that in itself has not been hard for me. That's been not being on socials has been very easy. I do it all the time. It's not my first time having no social media break, so it's not I'm missing it. I've been really glad for it, because I said, it's learning that habit of just constantly reaching for my phone and first instinct is to start scrolling. And yes, like I wake up now, I'm not like, and I know, because I know like Insta's not there, I'm actually, you know, saying my morning graces before I even touch my phone, and I'm, you know, saying those morning prayers and thinking before I even touch my phone, because I'm like, there's nothing on here. And I actually find myself like every 2 seconds I'll pick up my phone and I'm like, oh, there's nothing on here, and I put it back, and it keeps happening a lot. And it's just funny because I'm like, yeah, I need to really cut that out, but it's fine. It takes time, but like I said, I'm not missing social. Like it's not something that like I'm missing right now, so it makes it very, very easy. So we love that. The September reset is really coming with its own like hardships and just a lot of staying aware and being spiritually awake and knowing like what's happening, and knowing that like I've quite literally entered like spiritual warfare. And like I said, 1st of September hit, and the first thing that happens is I literally get ill. And mind you, it lasted like, thank God, like 2 days. That was because like I was like, I'm not doing this, I'm going to nip this in the bud right now. And I made sure like I was taking like cough medicine and stuff like that before it got out of control. Thank God for that. But like, it was just funny how like as soon as 1st of September hit, and mind you, like I was already like in the mindset of cutting everything out and giving this month to God before it even started. But it's like as soon as September came, like ding 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 ding, what is going on? Like I'm getting hit with stuff, and I'm just, it's hilarious to just be so aware of what's going on but still going through it. Anyways, I have a spot on my face. I have two. I have one here and I have one here, and it's funny because my friend was like to me once, I was saying to her how like I had a dry patch on my face here. I still remember I had it here, and I was like sending her a video, and I was like, oh my days, I'm so stressed, I've got a dry patch. And she's like, respectfully, shut up, like there's nothing on your face. And she's like, why is it always the people with the clearest skin that are the first to say, oh, my face is going through something? But it's because like I have such clear skin that like whenever something pops out that's not supposed to be there, I clock it instantly, because I'm like, yeah, I know you're not supposed to be there. So I just have to kind of, you know, stay on top of my face. But I don't mind spots. I don't mind you know, when I get spots, because even though it is a very, very, very rare occurrence for me, and it doesn't happen on a regular basis, it really, really doesn't. When it does happen, when I do see like a spot on my face, or like I'm breaking out, I know like something's going on with me. Like I'm either about to get my period, like hormones are raging, and so that's how I know like something's going on. But like overall, I don't mind spots, because it reminds me that like my face is a face, you know, you're gonna get spots and stuff like that. But like I said, it is a very, very, very rare occurrence for me, but it will go in a couple of days. I am not worried at all. But with that being said, because I've got that spot on my face, I do have thingy spot stickers for the face. I was supposed to cleanse my face with the Ordinary serum thing, but it's fine, I can do that tomorrow. Yeah, so I have these little star face stickers, which I'm very excited to use. I've used them before. I've used the black ones, not the yellow ones. Sometimes I feel like yellow's like, you know, too much, but I do need it on my face. So yeah, like I said, I've also got a spot there too, so I'm going, did I even peel that? No, I didn't. Okay, and the last thing that I need to do before my skincare is over is my lip mask. This is the Laneige lip mask, the berry one. I have quite literally had this for at least 4 years now, like no joke. I've had this for 4 years now, and it's nowhere near even finishing. And I do love it so much because it's so convenient and it's so useful. And yes, it is like £20, but like I said, I've had it for 3 years, 4 years. I think I got it like second or third year of uni, so I've had her for a minute, and like I said, she's nowhere near finishing. Anyways, that is the finishing touches to my skincare now. And now I'm gonna move on to the next part of this cute little September reset video, and yeah, I will catch you in 2 seconds. Hello, this is like a little preview of my room. I still have like boxes and stuff there, like my little railing, my clothing railing is done, my headboard is over there. I still need to like get my curtains done, but so far everything is turned out very, very nicely. And you know what's funny, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I brought these things, I obviously knew that they were going to come deconstructed. Oh my days, I'm gonna show you my new vanity. It's so cute. And when I bought these things, I knew they were going to be deconstructed, but I also knew that like I was not going to be building them. Like I knew that, and I just had it in my mind that like people were going to do it for me. Hence why it took so long for my room to actually start getting ready, because I was waiting for the things to be made. And I think I mentioned it in my Madrid vlog, but I was waiting for my dad to build my vanity for me, and he was really like, no, you need to be present when I'm building it. And I kind of was trying to like push it onto him. I was even giving him the hint like, oh, I'm gonna be going away for a few days, you can use this opportunity to build the way. He's like, no, I need you there. And thinking, sir, like, respectfully, why do you need me there? We both know that I'm not going to be doing anything. If anything, I'm going to be pissing you off. But my sister and my brother, my little brother, they actually ended up building my vanity for me. And let me show you my cute little setup. Right now it's not done. Should I show you? I can show you. Let me turn this camera around. This is it. So I have my little stuff, and it's like a very, very cute mirror, and the light actually changes, so it's super cute. And guess what, it opens up, so I've got all like my skincare and stuff here, and there's like an open compartment here too and here too. So my sister and my brother ended up building it for me. And you know what's funny, when they were building it for me, it's so hilarious. It was a Thursday. It was a Thursday, and my sister was here because that's actually part of things that have been happening, like, and so many things have been happening. Anyways, her and my little brother ended up building it for me, and I actually even have a little video that I made. It was just so funny because I was kind of like praising them, but at the same time they were just giving me side eye the whole day, because they just kept saying, I feel like I like this cool lighting better. Let me just see the other one. Which one's this one? Gives, I don't know. Oh, okay, this one is, I like this one. My dad ended up building my like other wardrobe, so he built that. And then my little brother built my railing rod for me, and he built the chair. So I knew this would happen, and I thank them for, you know, building it for me. That was kind of the end goal. I mean, it took a bit longer than expected, but I knew that was how it was going to play out. Anyways, that's enough yapping for this part. I'm going to move over to my bed because I want to start reading my Bible and getting into the word for the evening. And I just want to, you know, share that with you guys. Another reason I've been so like locked in to this September reset month is so that I can really get back into my word and I can really get back to being close with God. It's been a very long journey, but at the same time it has been needed. Like this year I have not opened my Bible until this month. Like honestly, I haven't opened my Bible and really like been in my word until this month, which is why this month is like really important for me and really important to me and really important that like I really make sure that like I am giving it my all. Long story short, long story short, I got, would I say I got saved? Yeah, honestly, I really got serious about God, and I really got serious about Jesus and reading my word in like second year of uni. And when it hit me, like it really hit me, and like it really just rocked I'm not gonna lie, it rocked my world, and it turned my world and my perspective upside down, in a good way though, in the best way possible. And it was honestly like a really big change for me, and it was the first time in my life that like I had really like been on fire for God, and like I wanted to get to know God personally. This is quite, but it doesn't have a button here. Anyways, so it was the first time like I wanted to get to know him, and I wanted to find him for myself. And so it was a really good year for me, like, and it was a really good time because I was out, I was like living by myself, I was doing things for myself, and the point where I was at, I needed it, and I was going through a lot. Bless me, man, I was going through a lot, but it came at the perfect time, and like God really came through for me, honestly, like really came through for me. Because during those times, like I, looking back, like I was low-key depressed, and I was going through it, and I did feel like really lonely. So in those like times when I needed him the most, he really heard me, and he really heard my prayers and my cries. And like when I look back at those times and periods of my life, it makes me feel like so grateful, because I really would have lost it, and I really don't know how I would have like finished uni and survived uni had I not had that experience. So great experience, really loved it. Like I was on such like the fire that I had for God was honestly so intense. I was fasting, I was reading my word, I was really like connecting with him and like praying constantly. I was in constant prayer, I was in constant communication with him. And obviously because I was doing those things, and the main thing, like back then, the main thing that like I really wanted to sort out was like my, like the way I spoke and my speech, and the way I was quick to curse and quick to swear. Honestly, Jen is a testament to this. Jen has honestly been such a big part of my journey as well. But at the time I met Jen, I was like, you know, Christian in passing. Like I was just, you know, Christian, like, are you a Christian? Yes, you know, but not really like, not knowing what that meant and not knowing what it truly meant to be Christian. And when I met Jen, like Jen has honestly been someone that's been so inspiring to me, and her coming in my life at the time that she did, like honestly really till now, like was definitely God sent, because she helped me realize that I was going about things the wrong way. And not like she helped me to change, but yeah, she really did. And it's not even like she did it outwardly, like she just was supporting me even when I didn't even know that's what she was doing. And when I first met Jen, I used to swear, like honestly so badly, like every 2 seconds I'm effing, I'm doing, yeah, it just was not cute at all. But at the same time, like I knew I wanted to stop, but I felt like I couldn't because I swore all the time. And Jen was one of those people that didn't swear at all, and she doesn't swear at all. When I first met her, and like when I realized that she doesn't swear, I'm like, you don't swear, do you? She's like, no, I can't. And I was even trying to get her to swear. I was like, just say this. She's like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And I really respected that about her. And she was telling me how, like, yeah, she used to also swear a lot and stuff like that, and like she had to drop that and really learn to not do it. And where is this going? Saying to her like, yeah, I'm a Christian too, but obviously like I'd be talking to her and I'm just swearing, and she would, and obviously me and her had conversations about it after, but obviously at the time she did tell me like she would side-eye me. She would just be like, but the thing I love about Jen is she never said anything to me, because honestly the kind of person I was back then, I feel like had she even pointed it out, I would have kind of like, not even attacked her, but just like flipped it onto her. So she let me just do my thing, and she let me figure it out myself, that like, yeah, you can't really be trying to get serious and close with God and still be swearing and doing all these things. And so when I realized it myself, and which is why I really like that Jen didn't point it out to me, because like I said, had she done that, I wouldn't have taken the initiative myself. And when I did, and like I learned to cut out swearing, like I said, like I did the whole shebang. Like I was fasting, I was in my word constantly, and I was in my Bible, I was reading my Bible every single night, and I did really get close to God. And there's just so many stories from that period of time that when I look back, I'm like, yeah, like God really was present, and we really had like a very tight relationship. Anyways, a whole bunch of things happen. I end up finishing uni, I come home, and I'm still trying to keep that fire going, and I'm still trying to like fan it, and I'm still trying to nurture it. But things are happening, like life, oh guys, life after uni, that's a whole other thing in itself. But yeah, life after uni was really life-ing, and the first year was so tough, like finding a job, just finding your feet and just getting stable, and just, bro, it's a lot. Kind of realizing that, hey, uni low-key is a scam, because why have I done 3 years, come out with a degree, and this degree field is almost nearly impossible to get into. It's all about who you know and stuff like that. And honestly, like I was feeling really stuck. And it was around these times where, like, bro, when I look back at pictures of myself around when I had just come out of uni, that was the heaviest I had ever been, and the heaviest I had ever looked. But guys, the small shit is real, because back then I felt like I was Slim Jim, okay? Like no joke, I felt like I was Slim Jim. I felt like my face was, do you get, like my face was slim? But I look back at pictures, I'm like, my face was so chubby, I can't. Anyways, but also at the time, like I was really insecure. Like I hated my body. I just was like, I was getting really big, and I put on a lot of weight towards the end of uni, because like I said, stuff was going on. And like like my mindset was not good at all. Like I just constantly was waking up and just like being like, ugh. And like I had tried the diets, I had tried the gym, like nothing was working for me, and I just didn't understand why. And I got myself into a cycle where like I was just having a lot of self-doubt, and but at the same time I was still in my word, and at the same time I was trying to surrender. But as you know, like you actually have to give it all to God, and you like literally cast your anxieties onto him, and he will literally like guide you to where you need to be. But I had been in situations where I was relying on God to kind of like, you know, do me a solid, you know. It's not funny, but do me a solid, and like those weren't coming through. And I had gotten myself into a mindset where I kind of was like, okay, cool, listen, this is honestly me. I was literally like to God, Lord, listen, I'm in my word, I'm reading my Bible, like, not gonna lie, I kind of feel like you owe me some, but obviously it doesn't work like that. Like, a relationship with God is not a transaction. It's not because you're doing these things instantly things are going to line up in place for you. Like, if anything, Jesus literally says, like, being a Christian, like, it's a struggle, it's a walk. Like, you need to literally wake up every day and like deny yourself and pick up your cross and walk with him. So it is like every single day it's going to be a thing. Like, it's not just, okay, cool, listen, I've done 5 days of Bible study, now I need something in return for that. Like, it doesn't work like that. But because I was just having so much self-doubt and I wasn't really trusting him, I bought this Bible to when I was in second year of uni. So when like my fire for God started, like, I brought my Bible and, like I said, I was in my word every single day, and I have notes in here, I have highlights in here. So this month I started reading Romans. I love Romans because Paul, his letters and everything that Paul was saying and addressing to the people that he was sending these letters to were like, it speaks volumes, and it still speaks volumes to till today. Like, you understand like how long ago like these words were, and the fact that like it still holds so much weight today is crazy. Anyways, let me go to Romans. First Romans, you see all my annotations, and like I said, this is my first time like this month, mind you, we're on the 6th day of the month, and a lot has been happening. Honestly, it's only 6 days in and I've been feeling like, okay, what is going on? But it's funny, like I said, this is the first time this month, this year, that I'm really reading my Bible. And okay, cool, I didn't even finish where I was because it ties into me reading my Bible now. Anyways, so these things were happening to me. Like, like I said, I was now in a headset where I was like, okay, cool, Lord, I feel like you owe me. Like, you need to do me a solid. And these solids weren't being done, and it's because like he knew like I was faking it, you know. Like, I was trying so hard to like put up a phone and still like show up and read my Bible and pray and stuff like that, but it was prayer with like a heavy heart, you know. Like, I was just still so I was really starting to resent God, and I was really starting to like kind of like be like, okay, cool, this kind of isn't working out, but still trying to push through the storm. Like, I really was. But like, the more I did that, the more and more I was growing resentful, and the more I was pushing myself away from him. And then I got to a point, literally I think like it's been a year and a few months, where I got to a point where I was like, you know what, thank you, Lord, but I'm gonna take it from here. Basically, like, I'm gonna drive the boat now. I'm gonna kind of take control and see that I can do this by myself, you know. Like, I was like, yeah, like I tried to do the, you know, staying in my word and stuff like I did, but I felt like it wasn't getting me anywhere. Very stupid of me. But at the same time, the things that have happened since then have honestly been crazy. It's not even crazy like whoa, but just so like very character development, and just has really changed my mindset. Anyways, like I said, for the year and bit, I was doing things for myself, and granted, I'm not going to even sit in front this, as bad as it sounds. This year, like, okay, cool, at the start of the year, I prayed, I did read my, like, honestly, I think aside from this whole year, the first time, actually I was saying that the first time I'm reading my Bible is now, but the first time would be at the start, like the first day, like night of 31st going into the first. Like, my family has a tradition where we pray into the new year. It's been a tradition since I literally have never done New Year's anywhere but home, so that tradition always has been a thing in my family. So this New Year's was no difference. It was no different. We, you know, welcome the new year into by prayer, and I was really like, I do want to do this with you, Lord, and like I don't want to do it without you, but at the same time in a place where I was very, very resentful. So I was saying these things like, yeah, I really want to read my word and I really want to be on it, but at the same time I knew that I still felt that resentment towards him. So that's why like the whole year, like I didn't even want to look at my Bible. So like I was saying, this year I kind of spent it doing my own thing, trying to be in control. And granted, I'm not going to lie to you, this has been the best year of my life. Not because I was doing things for myself, but because I learned a lot about myself, and I learned a lot about me as a person. And I thought that like I had stopped learning things about myself. I genuinely thought like I knew myself, and I've gone through the things that I've gone through, and you know, this is me now and this is it. But this year has quite literally knocked me down and like rebuilt me, and I'm very, very thankful for that, because although on the outside looking in, this has like, but again, hands down, best year of my life. So many things have happened. I've, you know, developed a lot mentally over this year, since January 1st. Like things have just been things that something after something after something that has aided towards my growth. And although I would love to say, oh, I really did it without God and stuff like he was always still there. Like he was still there. It wasn't that like he left me, it was me that like had turned my back on him. So he was still very much there. He was still very much like keeping me guided and giving me strength, even though like I was not acknowledging him and I was giving all the glory to myself. Like I was doing these things through my own hard work, and granted like I was, but at the same time, all glory to God, you know. Anyways, yeah, so outside looking in, this has been the best year of my life. But because so many things have happened, and because I have tried to control so many things, and that control just like you can't, like you actually can't control things in your life. Like you are not in control at all. I have gotten to a point where like I'm literally like, Lord, I can't do it. Like this, like I am not in control. Like, and I realized that, and I think it's because I've tried to do it myself, that I have gotten to this point where I can completely surrender and I can completely take a step back and say, hello, Lord, I come before you, realizing my position and realizing that like, yes, you are in control for a reason, and you say that we should come to you with anxieties, and you say that we should cast everything that we are worrying about onto you, because it's literally only you that can guide us through that. And I now realize that through trying to do it by myself, which is why, although I'm kind of like starting, I'm thinking I'm taking it like I'm starting from the get go, and I'm rebuilding that relationship and I'm rebuilding that connection to what I know it can be. I'm obviously, all the things that I had learned before are still very much present, but it's just so funny to see how when I was on fire for him, I had no, like I was still so fearful and I was still so doubtful, that now it's like, now there is no fight, like quite literally, like I'm having to rebuild that spark. But now I'm fully able to actually surrender, and I have no doubts, and I'm happy that like, even though it's taken this long to get here, I'm glad that I'm here, you know. Anyways, like I said, I've now started reading my Bible again this month, and started in Romans. We're going to start from Romans chapter 8. I'm going to start from Romans chapter 8. So, or should I start from, no, I was going to do chapter 7 now. I think I'll just do chapter 8. So, starting from Romans chapter 8. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those in Christ Jesus, because the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus has set you free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, since it was weakened by the flesh, God did. He condemned sin in the flesh by sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh as a sin offering, in order that the law's requirement would be fulfilled in us who do not walk according to the flesh but according to the Spirit. For those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on things of the flesh, but those who live according to the Spirit have their minds set on things of the Spirit. Now the mindset of the flesh is death, but the mindset of the Spirit is life and peace. The mindset of the flesh is hostile to God because it does not submit to God's law. Indeed, it is unable to do so. Those who are in flesh cannot please God. You, however, are not in flesh but in spirit, if indeed the Spirit of God lives in you. If anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, he does not belong to him. Now if Christ is in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit gives life because of righteousness. And if the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you, then he who raised Christ from the dead will also bring your mortal bodies to life through his Spirit who lives in you. So then, brothers and sisters, we are not obligated to the flesh to live according to the flesh, because if you live according to the flesh, you are going to die. But if by the Spirit you put to death the deeds of the body, you will live. For those led by God's Spirit are God's sons. For you did not receive a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear. Instead, you received a spirit of adoption, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father. The Spirit himself testifies together our spirit that we are God's children, and if children are also heirs, heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, if indeed we suffer with him, so that we may be glorified with him. And I love going back and reading the little notes. Don't know if you can see, but the little notes that like I wrote when I was reading this the first time, and the little notes that like I leave myself. It's fun to see how my mindset back then is very, what is that buzzing? I know it's not a fly in this room, because I feel like I've been going crazy, but it's fine. Yeah, it's been fun to see the difference in me back then and me now, but I'm really liking it, because like I said, like I am at a point where like I am very much giving it to him. And I was mentioning spiritual warfare before, because it honestly, that's what I feel like I have been going through. Like I said, as soon as 1st of September hit, and as soon as like I was like, yeah, this month I'm giving it to God, I feel like things are trying to pull me away from him. And it's like, why now? Like, why? Like, when I was just freely doing my own thing, and when I was before it was September 1st, and I had already given up social media, like I wasn't feeling the pressure of this month. But as soon as 1st of September rolls around, like I said, things start hitting me. I'm just like, yo, this is not funny anymore. And each day I'm literally thinking, bro, what is going on? It's like the second day. Like, why am I being quite literally not even tortured? Like there's this ongoing battle in my mind of just like my flesh against my spirit. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but it's like, oh, what if I just I'm like, now, like, I actually don't. And it's just what Paul says, like, our flesh literally does not want us to win, and it's in a constant battle with our spirit and what is righteousness. And like I said, Jesus literally says, like, we need to deny ourselves every single day and take up our cross and walk with him. And I'm really learning that. And I'm just trying to take a step back and breathe. Hello, I'm just trying to breathe, but at the same time I'm like, yo, it is the 6th day. Like it's only the 6th day. Like, why am I feeling like it's just so overwhelmed? But I'm enjoying it nonetheless, and I'm excited for what this month will bring. And honestly, the only thing I'm praying and wanting is peace. Like peace, just peace within everything. Honestly, peace within everything, and that's what I'm wanting. Anyways, the next book that I have to kind of tie everything together is, I already started reading it when I was on holiday. The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest. I don't know. I don't know if I'm butchering her last name, but this book has been honestly so good. I'm still only on like chapter 2, but I have been enjoying it so much. Guys, you'll never believe this, but do you remember when I was during my Amsterdam vlog, like part 1 or part 2, and I was talking about how I was going through it with work and stuff were happening? Tell me why it's gone from bad to worse. I didn't know how, but it has. But it's good in a sense, because unlike June, when I was going through it the first time, then I did not know how to manage it, and I did not know how to process these things that were happening. And I was in, like, the whole of June, I was just in a bad mood, and I was projecting, and all these things were getting to me. I didn't know how to process it. I didn't know how to kind of like move on and just separate that. So the whole of June was just like a funk. But after everything hit me, and after some very, very deep self searching, I have just, realized like I do need to change, and I do need to hold myself to like a higher standard. And I do need to, when I am doing these childish things and I am like flashing out and I am like using the whole I'm going through it as an excuse to just not be nice, is not good, so I'm glad that happened in a sense, because like I said, it really made me like stop and reevaluate myself. And like I said, things have gone bad to worse, but the difference is now I'm handling things so much better, and now like I know how to handle it, and I know how I need to move within myself so that it's not getting to me to the point where like I'm quite literally just losing myself. So it's not been fun. It hasn't been fun, but it's been definitely more manageable, and I've been keeping afloat. I've been keeping afloat, and I've been keeping myself together much, much more better than I was the first time. So I'm going to just read you guys a cute little part from this book. It's just about self-sabotage. Okay, so self-sabotage is often misunderstood to be a way in which we punish, deride, or intentionally hurt ourselves. On the surface, this seems true enough. Self-sabotage is committing to a healthy diet and finding yourself pulling to the drive-through a few hours later. It's identifying a market gap, convincing an unprecedentedly an unpre- precedently, hello, English A levels clearly has gone out the window. Unpresent, I don't actually, that I why am I tripping over this word? I clearly know what it means. I just the pronunciation. English is not my first language, so it's actually fine. I don't need to be perfect in grammar. English is not my first language. Anyways, unprecedentedly, unprecedentedly, anyways, com convincing. It's not convincing. Conceiving. The English has really left me tonight. Listen, conceiving a brilliant business idea, then getting distracted and forgetting to begin working on it. It's having strange and terrifying thoughts and allowing them to paralyze you in the face of important life milestones. It is knowing you have so much to be grateful for and excited about, yet worrying anyway. When we attribute these behaviors to a lack of intelligence, willpower, or capability, that is usually not the case. Self sabotage is not a way we hurt ourselves, it's the way we protect ourselves. Self sabotage is when you have two conflicting desires, one conscious and one unconscious. You know how to move you know how you want to move your life forward, and yet you are still for some reason stuck. When you have big ongoing unmeasurable issues in your life, especially when the solution seems so simple, so easy, and yet so impossible to stick with, what you have are not big problems but big attachments. People are pretty incredible in the fact that they basically do what they want to do. Hello. This is true of everything in human life, regardless of the potential consequences. Human nature has revealed itself to be incredibly self-serving. People have almost superhuman way of doing whatever they feel compelled to do, regardless of whom it could hurt, what wars it could spawn, or what futures would be at risk. When you consider this, you begin to realize that if you are keeping something in your life, there has to be a reason you want it there. The question is why? Some people can't figure out why they can't seem to motivate themselves enough to create a new business to facilitate their goal of becoming significantly wealthier, perhaps not realizing that they have a subconscious belief that to be rich is to be egocentric or disliked. Perhaps they actually don't want to be super wealthy. Maybe it's a cover up for wanting to feel secure and taken care of their real desire and their real desire to be recognized for their art, and this feels too unlikely to ever happen. They fall back on a secondary dream that doesn't actually motivate them. Some people say they want to be successful at any cost, and yet they don't want to log the hours of work it would take to get them there. Perhaps it is because they understand that at some level, being successful doesn't actually make you happy or liked. In fact, it's the opposite. In fact, the opposite tends to be true. Success usually exposes you to jealousy and scrutiny. Successful people are not loved in the way that we imagine they would be. They are usually picked apart because envious people need to humanize them in some way. Perhaps instead of being successful, what many really want is just to be loved, and yet the ambition for success directly threatens that. Some people can't figure out why they keep choosing the wrong relationships, people whose pattern of rejection, abuse, or refusal to commit seems to be consistent. Perhaps they don't realize that they are actually recreating the relationship dynamics they experienced when they were younger because they associate love with loss or abandonment. Perhaps they want to recreate family relationships in which they felt helpless, but to live them again as an adult where they can help the addict, the liar, or the broken person. When it comes to self sabotaging behaviors, you have to understand that sometimes it's easier to get attached to having problems. Being successful can make you less liked, finding love can make you more vulnerable, making yourself less attractive can guard you. Playing small allows you to avoid scrutiny, procrastinating puts you back in a place of comfort. All the ways in which you are self sabotaging are actually ways you are feeding a need you probably don't even realize you have. Overcoming it is not only a matter of learning to understand yourself better, but realizing that your problems are not problems, they are symptoms. You cannot get rid of the coping mechanisms and think you're solving the problem. That, when I read that, hit because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I had got myself into a little bit of a little cycle, and um I had cut the problem. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I like to think of myself as like a self-aware person, and I like to, well, some may disagree with that, but it's fine. And I like to think that, like, I know why I'm doing things, and I know what this is stemming from. Like, I know that this is like a response to like a trauma thing, or like a childhood thing, or like just a habit that I've picked up. And it's like I've been like, okay, cool. I had, when I was going through and stuff like that, I had, I don't know how to word this. I do, but I don't really want to, like, you know, reveal all my secrets. Not like it's secrets, but some things, I want to keep to myself. But long story short, um, let's just say I kind of like got rid of the problem by just cutting off the action. I don't know. I can't. Okay, cool. I thought I was solving the problem by stopping doing this thing, right? Is this, am I don't know if I'm like alluding to stuff, but I don't know. Whatever you think is whatever. But obviously, me like cutting off the solution didn't really do anything, or isn't really doing anything, because I'm not addressing the core problems as to why those things started in the first place. So although I'm, you know, powering on, I'm very much aware that, like, I do need to address like the problems, and I do need to address why I'm saying why I am the way I am, like I've got issues or something. But just how things have happened, and just how life has panned out, and how like I've been shaped to think of things, and why it led me to I don't know, I think I'm waffling now. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it there before I talk too much. Anyways, this has been so incredibly cute and needed. Cute little yap sesh. I've enjoyed, but I need to actually stop being lazy. And guys, if I tell you I'm still editing my Amsterdam vlog, would you believe me? Yeah, I'm still editing the Amsterdam vlog. Granted, I've been so busy, like since Amsterdam and since filming that vlog, I've been so busy, and it doesn't help that the vlog is quite literally 3 hours. So I've been trying to edit it in parts. So like I've got part 1 and part 2 out right now, which is great, but part 3 is like 2 hours long, and I'm having to cut down a lot, which I at the start I didn't want to. I was very adamant that like everything I filmed I'm going to post, but I'm sick of it now, and I'm like, okay, cool. Amsterdam was like July, but in September it's crazy. And because like I haven't finished the Amsterdam vlog, I've not allowed myself to even watch the Madrid vlogs yet, so I haven't even like looked at the Madrid stuff. My camera has honestly been stashed away in my bag since I got back. And I when I travel, like I get so lazy with unpacking, so everything has just been in its place since I came back from Madrid. So me doing this video now is literally my first time getting my camera out since Madrid. Did I say Brazil before? Madrid. Hello. I'm going to be going to Brazil soon. Mark my words. Have I got anything planned? No, but I will be there. It's fine. Anyways, yeah, so I really need to just get onto this finishing Amsterdam vlog so that I can start looking at the Madrid stuff, because I'm so excited to watch it back. It will kind of just feel like I'm reliving that trip. That trip was so good. It was only like 2 weeks ago. I feel like it was ages ago, but it was 2 weeks ago. But I'm excited to watch it back. Anyways, I'm excited for the rest of this September reset month. I'm going to be taking my lashes off sometime tomorrow, because honestly, you know, when you get to that stage when your lashes just start pissing you off, like they're getting a bit too prickly. I need my face to be bare now. I need my face to be really bare without my lashes, so I can really just take care of my face without the lashes. Not like the lashes are like a huge inconvenience, but I do like getting used to my face without them. So I'm gonna take them off so that I can really have like a really good reset, like resetting everything. So yeah, will I be keeping you guys updated? I don't know. Another thing I'm trying to do this September reset is I'm really trying to like do my driving theory. So because I'm not on socials, because I'm not on, like, I'm scrolling constantly, I'm like, okay, cool, I need to use this time to do my theory and to learn the material. But the thing about me is I need to be motivated. I need to want it like really badly. And driving is just something like I've never, like, it's never pressed me, honestly. And like my family knows about me. Like when I want something and like when the time is right, like I will get it done like quickly. But because like I've never really like seen myself driving, and I've never really been like, I've never had the urge to get my driving license and just drive, it's really hard for me to get that spark and get motivated. But enough is enough. I'm 23. I need to start doing my driving. I need to start driving. So I'm going to use this month as a perfect opportunity to learn my theory. And I've been setting this goal for myself a few months back, and I was like, I need to, but at least by the end of December, I need to at least do my theory before the start of next year, so I can actually focus on my practical. So that's that. I will let you know how that goes. I feel like I should just book the test for like November and revise and work towards it. Hopefully that kind of gives me the motivation and kick I need. But I know myself, like the educational part of my brain, honey, she's clocked out. As soon as it was graduation, she said, we got the degree, now it's time to take a step back. And she's really clocked out. So it's like it's really hard for me to get motivated. But like I said, these things have to be done. It has to be done. So I should use this month to really lock in with that. Anyways, I'm gonna love and leave you here. It's actually 11:52. It's been such a long day. I'm knackered, but I'm glad I was able to do this, because like I said, I feel like I needed to just do a little quick talk. Anyways, I'm gonna love and leave you here, and maybe I'll do another video in a couple weeks to see how I'm getting on with the September reset. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Bye.